if you're going through life and you're achieving extremely high success rate in your career, you're climbing the ladder, you're getting after it, you're getting your advanced degrees, your graduate degrees, but deep down you feel unfulfilled, go back to this list. Have you ever wondered what successful people have that you don't? What are they doing that you might not be doing? How are they so fit, toned, and healthy while you're not? You ever wondered what you might be missing? Hi, my name is Moe. Essentially, I'm a kid who's obsessed with winning and sharing the lessons with you because growing up, I wish I had someone like me to help me out. On the Healthy Systems podcast, you will learn one main idea, system from each episode that you can use in your life, whether that is financial, relationships, fitness, and wellness. So if you're a millennial, you're hyper ambitious, this podcast is for you because the more systematic your life is, the more you can win and not waste time. So join me on your journey to building a life of healthy systems for yourself. Hello. Welcome to Healthy Systems Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Moe. And today's episode is actually something that's really going to help you. It's a healthy system called four-dimensional person. Well, what is a four-dimensional person? Well, the way you want to think about it is the Healthy Systems Podcast. The only reason I created this is so we can all live more fulfilled and more successful lives, right? Whatever that means to you. Fulfilled is a very fascinating word. And there's a really good quote by Tony Robbins where he says, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. I'm going to say that again. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And I think that quote, I think a lot about because there's a lot of very successful people. They have a lot of money in the world. They have all the nicest cars. They have yachts. They own really nice mansions, but they have nobody home to go to. And there's a really nice clip from the movie Lamborghini. So the car manufacturer Lamborghini, there's a documentary on Ferruccio Lamborghini's life, and Frank Grillo plays this character. And that movie, I watched it about 2 years ago, but there was one scene I would never forget. So Ferruccio, as he was, building Lamborghini as a company, he spent a lot of his life just building it. And in the process, he sacrificed his family, sacrificed his wife, went through a divorce. His kids were away from him. His kids really didn't look up to him. And at the very end of his life, it looked like a Thanksgiving dinner. And he's sitting on the table, this big mansion he owns. And it was a big table. And he's on the one side of the table, and his son is on the other side of the table. And he's telling his son about all of his great accomplishments. And he's like, the government of Italy made me the Italian Man of the Year. And the new Lamborghini car is the prettiest car in the world right now. And he's telling him all of this, and his son gets up, walks over to his dad, Lamborghini, and he looks at him and he says, I hope it was all worth it, Papa, and then walks out. And Ferruccio, then they show the scene of him coughing and getting old and him just literally like sitting outside of his mansion with nobody else. And that clip I think a lot about because Ferruccio Lamborghini had success and he was very successful and he built an amazing company and all of it. But if in that moment you asked Ferruccio, was it worth it? I don't know if he would have asked, he would have said yes. And I think that's the life I want all of us to have, which is to have fulfillment, to feel like, man, not only did I become successful, not only did I make money, not only did I become healthy. Not only did I have the education I needed, and not only did I do all those things, but I did them all in a way that was very fulfilling. And that's the whole point of this episode, which is four-dimensional person. 2 weeks ago, I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and I was attending a conference. And in that conference, the host, he asked the question. He said, he's a married man, he's in amazing shape. He's been married for 20 years, has 3 kids. And he had us all, like a group of men. He asked us all a question. He goes, how many of you want to be rich and successful? And obviously everybody raised their hand. Then he goes, how many of you want to be rich, successful, and fat? And nobody raised their hand. And then he goes, how many of you want to be rich, successful, and healthy, but lonely? You have no wife, no kids, no family, and nobody raised their hand. So he's like, man, the whole point of this is to become a four-dimensional person. So you can have these 4 F's in order. Well, what are those 4 F's? Those 4 F's are, and they're in no particular order. First one being fitness. no particular order, because they're all like equally important. So there's fitness, there's faith, there's finances, and there's family. Okay. To live a truly fulfilled life, you need to have all four of these. And if you remember, we did a podcast on health, wealth, and relationships. This is just another way of going about the same message, but it just articulates it differently and it gives you a more actionable items. So for example, fitness. You want to be healthy. You want to be in good shape. You want to take care of your health because all the other areas directly go off of fitness, right? So if you're fit, your faith, you'll be able to worship more. You'll be able to be a better person of faith, right? If you're healthy. If you're sick in the hospital, your faith is, it's not, you're not always able to help other people. You're not being able to like be as faithful normally. So you want to take care of your health. And if you have good health, your finances will be good because you'll have more energy to make more money, and your family, because you'll be more beneficial to your family when you're healthy. So finances, also very important, because when you have your finances, not only can you afford gym memberships, not only can you afford good food, not only can you afford, good coaches, but also you can afford to pay and afford the lifestyle your family needs from you, right? So, and then faith as a whole, what I notice a lot of the time is you can be the richest person, you can be the six pack abs guy, but if you don't have faith, what tends to happen? I know a lot of those guys that are on anxiety and depression medications because they feel empty on the inside, right? And that emptiness eats you alive. And then, you see this a lot in America where, a lot of secularism, a lot of people are becoming more non-religious, more atheistic. And I think you see a rise in antidepressants, you see a rise in all these anxiety, depression type situations, which used to not be as common. And now it's almost everybody, right? And if you are the normal one who doesn't take anxiety, doesn't struggle with anxiety, depression, they almost consider you abnormal, right? You're like, what's wrong with you? So, and addictions too. Like a lot of people get addicted when you have no faith and no God to think about, right? Summer is about 3 months away. So if you want to look your very best this summer, because chances are you've tried in the past and you're like, I'm going to get myself in shape. I'm going to keep myself accountable. I'm going to get this workout program. And then you just stick with it for a couple of days and then it goes away. And that's not your fault. That's actually just lack of support. So at Training with the Titans, who is actually sponsoring this podcast, Training with the Titans, this is what we do. We're health and fitness coaches. We're also nutrition coaches. And currently we're taking on 5 clients. So if you're listening to this episode, all you got to do, if you're interested in learning more, all you got to do is just DM me, direct message me the word healthy systems summer 2024. Just four words, healthy systems. So I know you're coming from the podcast, and then summer 2024. So then I can give you the proper information. We can perhaps get on a call and get to know you better, get to know your goals better. But if you're in that phase and you actually want this summer to be the summer where you look your best, you feel your best, then just take advantage of this opportunity, and just DM me the word healthy systems summer 2024. And you can DM me on Facebook and Instagram. My handles are the same. It's just Mo Gaius, Ghias. And then I'll take care of you. And so faith, fitness, finances, and family. And last one being family. Family is very important. I think a lot of people that end up, neglecting family and not, staying in touch with even their parents. Like some people don't even talk to their parents and they just get super disconnected and they call it, oh, I built myself a chosen family. Like I went and joined some other group. That's my family now. And that can work. But at the same time, it's like you there's a difference between blood family and non-blood family. And I think having a good family system will help you a lot. And since I grew up in Pakistan and the family system there was very strong. When I moved to America, I remember in high school, this is like almost 20 years ago. When I moved to America, I noticed there was a lot of kids in high school that didn't have their parents around. They also were smoking cigarettes. They were also doing all the wrong things. And I was like, man, we never did that back home because I was in eighth grade. So like up until eighth grade, I was in Pakistan. So like I knew enough about each culture now. Being in America, I would see like kids get out of class and like on the corner, they'd be smoking cigarettes. And I'm like, what the hell? We never did that in Pakistan. And a lot of the time, like in America, you also see a lot of divorce. You also see a lot of other problems. But when faith is the cornerstone and family is the cornerstone of your life, I think you tend to have less of those problems. But overall, becoming a four-dimensional person, faith, fitness, finances, and family, you do all four of those things and you take actions for all four of those things, you'll be very good off. And I think you live a very fulfilled life, which is ultimately what you want. So now I'm going to just break down like, how do you even do that? Well, if you look at your day to day, because obviously we know we have finite resources, we have limited amount of resources. You only have limited amount of time and you only have limited amount of energy. So you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to like lock in my fitness, but I'm not going to do anything for my finances in the meanwhile. No, you can do all four of these simultaneously. And that's what I'm going to teach you. So if you look at fitness, if you dedicate 30 minutes a day to your fitness, that's more than enough. That's 2% of your day. So 2% of your day is going to go towards your health. Okay. Then you have faith. In Islam, we pray 5 times a day. Most other religions are actually way less than that. So if I pray 5 times a day, that takes me another 30 minutes a day, right? That is another 2% of the day. And so far, I'm only done with 4% of the day. And I've also taken care of two of the major areas of my life. I've taken care of my fitness and my faith. Now, finances, right? Finances are going to take majority of your day. Okay. So that's where you have the 8-hour work day, whether you're working a 9 to 5, whether you're running your own business. So let's dedicate, like, most people in America, they work 40-hour work week, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. So that's 8 hours of our day. And that would be, so that's 32% of our day. Okay. And then family. Best part about family is that you don't need to dedicate that much time to it and the cup will still get fulfilled. What that means is, what I do normally is I eat dinner with my family every night. And that takes us 30 minutes or however, we chit chat, we go for a walk, we do all of that. And that at most takes 40 to 45 minutes. And obviously, if you're married and you have your own kids, it's different. For me, it's just my parents and my brother. But overall, the point being is you can do all four of those things in a normal day and be extremely fulfilled. Okay. And that's the key. I don't want these things to be like, Mo, man, like that's a lot. No, it's not actually. Fitness is 2% of your day. Finances, faith is 2% of your day. Finances will take up most of the time. You're working 8 hours a day. That's, 32% of your day. And then family, another hour or so, which is 4% of your day. You still have about 50% of your day to yourself where you can sleep, you can do your own thing. So at the end of the day, faith, fitness, finances, and family. Remember those 4 Fs. If you're going through life and you're achieving extremely high success rate in your career, you're climbing the ladder, you're getting after it, you're getting your advanced degrees, your graduate degrees, but deep down you feel unfulfilled, go back to this list, right? Take a piece of paper, write down fitness, faith, finances, and family, and then grade yourself on each 4. Where do you lie? Do you have an A in fitness, but F in finances? Well, now we got to improve the finances, right? If you have, if family is an A plus, but your fitness is D minus, then we know we got to up the fitness game. So grade yourself on all 4 of these: fitness, faith, finances, and family. And then you can start taking actions for each one. And if your fitness is really low, I won't promise me one thing. If you're listening to this podcast, if your fitness is really low and you've been stuck there, please message me on Instagram at Moe Gaius or on Facebook. I want to hear from you. I want to see what your struggle is, because this is what I do for a living. Literally, I coach people for a living. We work 12 to 14-hour days helping people get in the best shape of their lives, me and my team. So message me, and I promise you, as your brother, I got you. I'll help you out. Even if we don't end up coaching you, I'll give you free resources just to get you started, because I don't want you to be a listener of Healthy Systems and have your health and fitness be struggling. So that's it for this podcast. If you need anything, you know where to find me on Facebook and Instagram. It's just at Moe Gaius. And then I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you for listening to the Healthy Systems podcast. I really appreciate you for tuning in today. Now, here are 2 ways I can help you for free. One, you can join our free Facebook community by just going to this link, bit.ly/Titan Facebook group. Just type that into your browser and then answer 2 questions, and then we'll let you into our Facebook community where you'll meet other people, as well as we have a lot of free resources in terms of meal plans, workouts, all kinds of stuff in there. Second way I can help you for free is if you follow me on Instagram at Moe Gaius, MOE, G as in George, H as in horse, I as in India, A as in apple, S as in Sam. Follow me there and then shoot me a message with the word Healthy Systems, and then I'll be sure to send you a free gift. Other than that, keep listening in, and I really appreciate you.